Today I'm going to talk about bad food and drug combinations. Now, let me just clarify, I'm not talking about bad foods and drug combinations. I'm talking about bad food and drug combinations, okay? Number one, Tylenol plus alcohol equals liver toxicity. Very bad combination. Sometimes Tylenol comes in 1,000 milligram tablets, which is quite high. And if you have over 4 of those per day, you develop liver toxicity in a major way. And so if you drink alcohol, you don't want to consume Tylenol within 12 hours, okay? Just bad combination. And by the way, in one of my videos, I talked about a very powerful herb that protects the liver against poisons, and that would be milk thistle. So if you take Tylenol or drink alcohol, milk thistle would be something that I would highly recommend on a regular basis. All right, number 2, sedatives while you're drinking alcohol, not a good combination. And I'm talking about Valium, Xanax, Klonopin. Sedatives depress the central nervous system, and so does alcohol. So potentially it can really drop your blood pressure, your respiration, your heart rate. It can actually do a lot more than that. So you want to avoid those 2 combinations. Number 3, certain calcium channel blockers and grapefruit. Now, I did a video on grapefruit. I'll put a link down below if you haven't seen it. But grapefruit has a certain chemical that blocks the breakdown of drugs through the liver. So you don't get this breakdown of poisons or drugs, and so it can build up and accumulate. And so even 1 grapefruit or 7 ounces of grapefruit juice is enough to create some major toxicity. Now, statins are another common drug that you don't want to combine with grapefruit. In fact, there's quite a few, and I talk more about that in the video that I did on grapefruit. I'll put a link down below. Number 4, bronchodilators and caffeine, not a good mix. Now, one chemical in bronchodilators, theophylline, resembles caffeine and something else called theobromine, which is a stimulant in chocolate. And so when you're taking a bronchodilator and caffeine at the same time, or something with theobromine, you get this massive stimulation, and it could mess up the heart rhythm. It can even trigger seizures. All right, last one is beta blockers. Don't do well with high protein foods. It greatly increases the bioavailability by 53%. And so when you're told to take this certain amount, you're actually taking twice the amount, which could create side effects. But ideally, the thing to do is to get so healthy that the need for drugs is not even there. Hey, before you leave, I just wanted to give you a little quick history on some of the books that I wrote. This was one of the first books. It's called Dr. Berg Body Shapes. It was my attempt at writing about body types. What was very interesting about this book is I actually did all the images myself. Don't ask me why. They look actually not quite as professional as some of the images that I have in the new book. But anyway, this is my first attempt right here called Dr. Berg's Body Shape Diets. And then I wrote a book more extensive called The 7 Principles of Fat Burning. I don't even have a copy anymore, actually, because it's outdated. The next book, I put about 1,000 hours into this one right here called The New Body Type Guide. Major updates on the body types. I put a lot of energy into this. It has professional images, graphics, all sorts of things. Now, the problem with this book is it doesn't really describe what this is really about. Body types are only a small portion of what's in this book. And that's why I changed the name to the Healthy Keto Plan, okay? If you happen to have this book, you don't really need this book because there's some only very, very minor updates. But if you don't have this, you need to get this one right here. This book goes into every single detail that you would ever want to know about. It goes into the 7 principles of fat burning. It goes into hormones, the body types, the basic keto plan. It goes into intermittent fasting. I talk about the 10 fat burning triggers and blockers and fat burning strategies.
with a lot of details in every single chapter. I go into body issues that interfere with losing weight. There's very few people that just have a weight problem. They have a lot of body issues, whether it's sleeping problems, stress problems, inflammation, menopause. I cover that extensively in this book. Then I talk about how to get rid of stress, and I show you a technique. Then I get into exercising. And then I have a lot of really good recipes in this book as well. So this is a good reference guide. On my website, if you get this book, you get this one free. It's called Healthy Keto and Intermittent Fasting. This is the shortcut, quick guide to this book. And the reason I created this book is to have you, within 45 minutes, learn how to do keto, okay, in intermittent fasting, exactly what you need to do. Then you can fill in the blanks with this book right here. So right now I'm doing a special. If you get this book, you get this one totally free, or you can go to Amazon and get these individually. So I just want to clarify the difference between this book and this updated one right here. If you don't have this, you need to get this right here. That way you can get the exact correct information to do it healthily.